In this video, I'm going to offer up some criticism of a First Amendment auditor. And if you're not into that kind of thing, this probably isn't the video for you.
You're wrong, and you're going to find out the hard way. And the police.
Okay.
There's an ordinance right there.
You can go ahead and
Can I have $1?
No, ma'am.
I'm soliciting.
We all pretty much know what a test is. It's a procedure intended to establish the quality, performance, or reliability of something, especially before it's taken into widespread use. You want to make sure before something affects a whole lot of people that it's being done right and not causing harm, like any product or a service. That's where a test comes in. For example, you test the purity of metals by melting them in a crucible in order to remove the dross, or the worthless foreign matter. Even though some, if not most, anti-auditors consider testing public employees as fraudulent, is there really a better way to test the quality and reliability of a public servant's performance than to exercise the rights that they claim to be supporting and protecting? Pink Camera Magic is in front of the Kirby City Hall with a "Change is Needed" sign in an attempt to apply the metaphorical crucible method in order to expose the dross lingering in the town of Kirby.
Hey.
Hi. You guys hanging out?
Yeah.
Looking.
Can I help you? What's your name, ma'am?
It's McClary.
McClary. Thank you. And
I'm Officer
Officer
Lee.
Lee.
PD. We're both with Kirby.
Oh, right on.
How are you guys doing?
Pardon me? What are the signs for? Oh, just spreading the message.
What kind of message?
You want to see it?
If you don't mind.
It says need change.
Need change?
Yeah.
Okay, so you
And
can't
that's-
be on the city property with that?
No, that's not true.
So,
You know, this is a traditional public forum. It's like the most basic.
They called us and asked us to come out. So
Oh.
that's what we're here for.
They called you?
Yeah, we got a phone call. So,
Okay. You better go investigate then. You should talk to them.
I'm sorry?
You should go talk to them and investigate then. See what the problem is.
We got the dispatch call from it, so that's why we came out.
Oh, okay.
So they're asking that you guys leave the premises.
You wait. What?
They're asking y'all to leave the premises.
Really? Then not. This is the city of. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Yeah.
I'm here for cops, so I
There's the American flag right there. And some of the principles of being an American are our freedom of speech includes things like holding signs and, you know, in particular, having criticism of your government. And there's a lot of criticism. Like that right there. God.
I was called by a council member that she was asking us to inform me of the no solicitation ordinance that's on our books.
Thanks to some recent Supreme Court rulings, such as Reed versus Town of Gilbert and Norton versus Springfield, most of these panhandling ordinances are considered unconstitutional. Carry on.
All right, there are two types of panhandling: passive and aggressive. Passive panhandling is soliciting without threat or menace, often without exchanging any words at all. In Schomburg versus Citizens for a Better Environment from 1980, a case dealing with the regulation of legitimate charities, the court held that solicitation for money is closely intertwined with speech, and that, quote, solicitation to pay or contribute money is protected under the First Amendment. However, since Schomburg, the Supreme Court has allowed restrictions on a variety of direct solicitations where cities have found such activities hostile to the purpose of public space. For example, in Young versus New York City Transit Authority from 1990, the court declined to hear an appeal challenging a New York City regulation prohibiting begging in the city's subway system. In International Society for Krishna Consciousness versus Lee in 1992, the court upheld prohibitions on solicitation at a state fairground, on sidewalks outside of a post office, and within an airport terminal. In 2015, though, the U.S. Supreme Court explained in Reed versus Town of Gilbert that laws that discriminate against speech on their face or in their purpose are considered content-based and are subject to strict scrutiny. Subsequently, the court's decision in Reed has had an impact on panhandling litigation, as the lower courts have invalidated numerous panhandling laws as impermissible content-based restrictions on speech. For example, the 7th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals in Norton versus City of Springfield from 2016 invalidated Springfield, Illinois' panhandling ordinance as unconstitutional. Springfield's ordinance banned only oral requests for immediate money, but didn't address signs requesting money.
I know you're recording this, and that's okay.
I know.
Because there is an ordinance on our books that keeps people from soliciting here, and right now people are trying to pay their bills, so we don't want to make them feel uncomfortable, so I have to respect my council members and also the citizens that are coming here to try to pay their bills, okay? I mean, you can go on other property outside of this. I mean, you can stay here, but in terms of soliciting, that is something we can't allow because it disturbs.
Good to know.
Our residents are trying to pay their bills, and then
I mean, honestly, it is unconstitutional ordinance because it's fully within our rights to solicit if we wanted to.
Okay,
but I'll keep that in mind for sure.
Thank you for understanding.
No problem. Thank you. What'd you guys learn today? Did you learn anything about the Constitution? Ma'am? I can tell you something else about the Constitution. I have every right to say, F the police. I can give you guys a middle finger. Look, see? Middle finger. See? And I mean this wholeheartedly, 100%. It means F the police.
You definitely have the unalienable right to do and say what she's doing and saying here. Whether it's effective in setting brush fires of freedom in the minds of the masses is a completely separate issue. There is a certain demographic of people who this will appeal to, while another demographic is repulsed by it. See, contrary to unpopular beliefs, cops are people too. Yeah, they're part of a criminal gang unit that harms way more Americans than it protects, and maybe somebody will be offended at that statement, but it's a necessary statement to make built on demonstrable facts. It's rooted in logic, it can be calmly articulated, and you don't have to be offensive while saying it. And I think we all understand and we're pretty much irritated by the fact that there's this whole collection of people who sympathize with and support the police no matter what. But let me ask you a question. Don't we want to appeal to their rationality and reason as well? Don't we want them on our side? One of the best ways to shut down the possibility of effective communication is to unnecessarily offend millions of people. Yeah, of course, it's provocative. It'll get you plenty of views because there's a lot of people who want to see this kind of thing. But in the long run, actions like this just needlessly divides us all. And we know that's exactly what the powers that shouldn't be want. They want us distracted, deceived, and divided. Now, if you disagree with me, please leave your thoughts about the most effective way to positively reach the most amount of people in the comments below.
I don't think they learned anything. They certainly didn't learn how to deal with people. So I'll just sit here and hold my sign. Did you learn anything today? About the Constitution? Ma'am? Well, one thing I know for a fact is that they're not very, humble and, it's like, obviously nothing's changed yet, so we shall see. That's why I spread the message that change is needed. quick warning for you guys. I'm about to be a little bit outside of my character in a minute, but I had to do this very harshly to serve a purpose and to make a point. So stay tuned. Did you learn anything today? That's not very friendly to the public. Not very good with public relations.
All right, ma'am. So, city manager, they're requesting you leave the premises
Why?
because it's private property.
No, it's not. It's public.
Okay.
Are you kidding me?
It's private property. Okay. And if you refuse,
It's
to
not
leave-
private.
Okay. I'm not going to sit here and argue. Okay.
Okay.
So,
Who pays for it?
Again, I'm not going to sit here and
Or
argue.
who owns it? Okay.
So, if you don't leave the
McClary?
premises, you'll be issued a CTW, which is a criminal trespass warning. And then if you refuse to leave, then you'll be arrested for trespassing.
So I will be arrested for
So-
trespass if I don't leave City Hall public property,
Okay,
correct?
it is-
You're saying that, McClary.
this
You're
is- this-
risking yourself on that, right?
This is private property. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So
It is
I'm
not.
telling you-
This is public.
Okay, you need to leave the premises because they're requesting you leave. It's just like if you were at QT and they didn't.
No,
want
it's
you
not.
there.
It's really difficult for me to believe that this cop is ignorant about the meaning of public versus private property. You just cannot equate a publicly funded property with a privately owned property like Quick Trip or any other privately owned property. If she's ignorant about this simple bit of knowledge, she shouldn't be a law enforcer. And if she's lying about this, then she shouldn't be a law enforcer. If you're going to have the public trust, you need to be an educated person of integrity. And this officer is demonstrating neither integrity nor education.
And all of the above.
You're wrong, and you're going to find out the hard way. And police.
Okay.
There's an ordinance right there.
You can go ahead and
Can I have $1?
No, ma'am.
I'm soliciting,
Go,
so-
have
All right.
a great-
Only under threat of. Only because you're going to arrest me if I don't, right?
Have a great day, ma'am.
Are you going to arrest me if I do? If I stay here, are you going to arrest me?
Again,
Will you arrest me if I stay
they
here?
are requesting you to leave their private property.
It's not private.
So if you could please leave the premises, that would be appreciated.
All right. Well, I think you're going to learn that this is public. Do you know what the difference between private and public is?
Are you going to leave, or are they going to issue the CTW?
They can't trespass. But I'm going to leave under duress because I know then that way you're going to arrest me, right?
So again,
Are you going to arrest me if I don't leave? Hey, Officer Lee.
again.
Officer Lee, are you going to arrest me if I don't leave?
I don't know what my partner's already told you. What
Weren't you guys in the same meeting?
Before I answer that question, what has my partner explained to you already before I came out here?
That I got to go.
Okay. And what else did she explain to you?
That's why I'm asking you. Are you going to arrest me if I don't leave?
Have you been asked to leave?
Yeah.
Okay. So what else did my partner explain to you?
I'm asking you a question. You guys work for me.
You will be issued a
You guys are some pompous 1 and pompous 2. I'm leaving only because you're gonna arrest me if I don't. Eat a dick. Those bitches are gonna cost you a lot of money and a lot of problems. I'm not going to be quiet about this. I'm gonna get all the information that I need. I'm gonna get all the camera footage. I'm gonna pull their records, and it's on. I'm gonna go through the process. I'm gonna take you guys with me. Well, the reason I'm here today and the reason I'm speaking is because some of you may actually recognize me. I was on the steps of City Hall today, earlier, maybe around noon. And what I was doing is I was doing something that's very fundamental to the democracy of our country, the First Amendment. And I was standing there and I'm holding a sign. I know that elections are coming up, and I held up a sign, and it doesn't matter what the sign says because we have that right, but it said change is needed, right? So I was approached by a few different people. I talked to a couple people, and I was accosted by a couple of police officers. And now let's rewind a little bit. And the reason that I am bringing this up and doing this in the first place is because there's been a lot of rumors that you guys were, not very respectful of people's First Amendment rights here. So I wanted to see it for myself to see if it was something that was true. And so I wanted to do something that was extremely basic, fundamental, that, most people you guys should all have sworn an oath to defend and protect the Constitution. Fundamental principles, they include freedom of speech, the freedom of the press, the right to peaceably assemble, and the right to petition the government for redress of grievances. So we can, say it's our outlet basically to say to you folks when we have an issue. And that was tested today, and unfortunately, you guys failed quite miserably. I hate to say it. I was there for a while. We had somebody who called the police on me. We had somebody, everybody I spoke to was very friendly, but we had someone who called the police, and someone's here. We had someone who approached me who's also here. And then they called the cops. There were 2 police officers who came and approached me, and they threatened me, and they said that I had to leave, otherwise they're going to arrest me. Now, these 2 police officers, they're Officer Lee and Officer McCarmy. I think her name is McCarmy. Both of them are detrimental to you guys, and they're going to cost you guys a lot of money. It's not the first time that these officers have had problems, and I just want to give you guys a warning ahead of time and let you know that that's what's going on in your city.
I'll leave the link to Pink Camera Magic in the description and in the pinned comment. If you visit her, let her know Here's the Deal sent you. If you want to support this channel, grab a shirt, become a channel member, subscribe, hit the bell notification icon, give it a like, and share this video with everybody you know. You know, pretty much our time is running out. If we're going to get people onto our side, we need to demonstrate and let them know what freedom is all about. I'll see you in the next video.